Hello and welcome to the Texas Motor Speedway, just outside the city of Fort Worth, for Week 7 of the 2015 Red Light Truck Series, Season 1. I'm your host, Jeremy Patterson. With me tonight is Matt Breckel. We'll do our best to keep up with what's happening on the track and show you all the action. Tonight the boys will be racing for 80 laps on this mile-and-a-half tri-oval. Pretty standard track here, cookie-cutter track. High banks, high speed, lots of breathing room. Definitely a little easier to race on this track than last week in Martinsville. Pace speed tonight, 65 miles per hour. Pit road speed limit is 50 miles per hour. We have 2 quick resets for each driver. And drivers now have the ability to choose whether or not to use their resets, so that could play into the strategy. Lucky Dog is in effect. That means that in the event of a caution, the first car that is a lap down will get a wave around and get a lap back. Let's have a look at our current season points. Reigning champion Sean Butler continues to lead the way with 119 and 3 wins. He's been dominating these last couple of weeks. 2 wins in a row, 4 poles in a row. Max Terrio hangs on to second place with Keith Haney not far behind. So that'll be an exciting battle for second. And these guys still aren't, or Sean Butler's not out of the woods yet. These guys could still catch up to him if he doesn't maintain that high level performance he's been showing. And we'll have a quick look at our season schedule. This is week 7. After tonight, we go to the High Bank Short Track of Bristol, and then the Tricky Triangle at Pocono, and we'll finish up at Talladega. So getting near the end here, not a whole lot of time for these drivers to get more positions. And that will be our first trip to Bristol. I'm excited about it. How about you, Matt?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It'll be great with the new trucks and a lot of beating and banging, but some good racing too.
Yeah, Bristol gonna be a lot of fun. Short track. We were at Martinsville last week. It was a little crazy there. Bristol's totally different. It's a lot faster than Martinsville. So the drivers are out there.
Like Sean's gonna
go ahead, Matt.
It looks like Sean's gonna make it 5 in a row here.
Yeah, I think so.
29.452.
Yep, Sean, he had the fastest lap in practice and now the fastest lap in qualifying, so these guys got to really push hard to get up there and give him a challenge. Not far behind Max Terrio. I mean, he had a 29.482. That's 0.03 seconds behind the pole. That's not much. Pretty good mix of Chevys and Toyotas out there. Hopefully someday we'll get the Fords out there on the track as well.
Yeah, looking forward to that. That'd be nice.
Yep.
Kind of surprised Wilbur didn't take a qualifying lap. He was 3rd on his practice charts.
Yeah, Will hasn't been with us for quite a while, so it's good to see him back here. But yeah, he'll be starting 11th tonight without putting in a qualifying lap. I don't know if he just didn't qualify or if he possibly, if you get an incident, it invalidates your qualifying lap. So it's possible he scraped the wall or something too. I didn't see if he put in a lap or not. All right, so I see the checkered flag is out for qualifying session, so these drivers are going to start getting lined up. Thirteen trucks on the track tonight. And they are roaring and ready to go. I think we've got to get just a couple more guys to grid up, and our pace car will start rolling us around. All right, so there's our caution flag, which means the pace lap is about to begin.
Pulling off.
Pace car starts rolling off, and we'll run you through the grid here. first row, pole setter Sean Butler. Next to him will be the 42 of Max Terrio.
Row 2, we got Nate LaFleur and Tim Lewis.
Row 3, we have the number 2 of Joshua Buckley and the 15 of John Pershing.
Row 4, we got B. Christensen and Dustin Phillips.
Row 5, the 99 of Joshua Butler and the 13 of Robert Boucher.
Row 6, we got Will Dirk and James Hanley.
And rounding out the grid in 13th is Kevin O'Brien.
Green, green, green.
Sean Butler pulls out ahead. We got the 2 of Joshua Buckley and the 81 of Nate LaFleur battling side by side for second. A little further back, we got the 15 of John Pershing and the 42 of Max Terrio side by side. Wow, those guys are close. Making me nervous. Floor falls in line behind Joshua Buckley. And it looks like we got pretty much singled out here now. Now we got side by side with the 99 of Joshua Butler. He's looking to the inside of Jamie Christensen, number 8. Oh, these guys almost take it 3 wide. Now the 22 of Dustin Phillips is all over.
Oh no.
Dustin gets it. Dustin and Jamie got together a little bit. I think Jamie caught some of the wall there.
Yeah, he did.
And that's going to allow the 13 of Robert Boucher to get around him. Meanwhile, up front, we have the number 4, Tim Lewis, looking to the inside of the 81 of Nate LaFleur. Tim's going to try and take that 3rd position. And he does, but he's not quite in front of him yet. And now he is, so Tim Lewis moves up to 3rd. Oh, but now late, Nate going to try and take it back. Tim gets into the wall coming out of turn 4. And now we have the 9 of William Kirk looking to the inside of the 15 of John Pershing. And both of these guys are looking at Max Terrio's 5th spot. Well, I tell you what, it's nice seeing these trucks go fast again. Martinsville's just, they're just going so slow. It's nice seeing them up to speed.
Yeah.
So Max Terrio, John Pershing, William Kirk, all 3 very close to each other on the track right now. And Dustin Phillips is down on the apron. I'm not sure what he's doing. He may have too much damage. He's going to have to pit. I think, yeah. Dustin Phillips is coming down pit road. laps ago. Dustin Phillips got a hold of the wall pretty good there, so I think that probably damaged his suspension. So he's going to come down, get one of his resets, and get back out there on the track before he loses too much ground. Tim Lewis now threatening Joshua Buckley for second place. Tim is on the move. And he does clear Buckley. Buckley might try and do a crossover. Looks like he might be looking to the inside. Nope. So 9 laps in, Tim Lewis goes from 4th, and he's now in 2nd. Good battle in all 3 of these guys. Good clean racing too. But there's our leader, Sean Butler, out all by himself with fresh, clean air and a nice gap behind him. So Tim Lewis, look at him move though. I want to see Tim get up there and battle Sean. Meanwhile, we got the 81 and Nate LaFleur trying to take his position back from Joshua Buckley. And a couple cars behind them, we have the 9 of William Kirk and the 15 of John Pershing side by side. Lots of good action out here.
Lots of comers and goers.
Yeah. That's what's so much fun on these racetracks like this. These really fast tracks, you get people moving forward, moving back. Some of these guys moving forward real fast, you don't know, they might be too aggressive and they're going to burn off their tires. Some of these other guys might be hanging back a little bit, saving their tires, and we'll see if there's a long green flag run, if they'll be able to make something happen. So Tim Lewis, he's now about 1.5 seconds behind the leader, Sean Butler. Tim got into the wall just now. Tim got into the wall coming down the backstretch, and that cost him big. He fell all the way down to 7th, possibly 8th now.
Maxterio's up there.
Let's have a look at what happened to Tim Lewis here. So coming out of turn 2, Tim just pushes. And I heard the driver saying earlier on that the setup was a little tight. The truck was pushing a little bit, and I think Tim just got a little too aggressive coming out of turn 2, and it looks like he's losing another spot now from the 99 of Joshua Butler. So Tim may have damaged his suspension. He might have to come down pit road early. It's a shame seeing that. He was really on the move. I wanted to see that battle between him and Sean.
Yeah, Nick LaFleur, I don't know if he has anything for Sean. Sean's already opened it up to a 2.5 second lead.
And William Kirk, Max Terrio, Kirk is on the move. Kirk started clear down in 8th, or I'm sorry, Kirk started 11th. Yeah, 11th or 8th, yeah, Kirk started 11th.
He didn't take a time, so yeah, this is all a green flag run too. There's no yellows.
Yeah, I would not be surprised to see William Kirk get up there and give Sean a challenge. And with how fast Tim was moving, if he gets that truck fixed up, he's still going to be a threat too. Let's go on board with Max Terrio. Right behind that number 9 of William Kirk. Hoping for position. Max has been doing really, really good in the league lately, so I expect to see him being a good challenger today as well.
Yeah, he's currently second points.
Yeah, currently second in points in the league. Joshua Buckley is not far behind him in points. Oh, you just saw his front window, out of Max's front window. William Kirk got a little bit of the wall coming out of turn 2. So yeah, these trucks are pushing a little bit. And Joshua Buckley, John Furshing, those guys are pretty close together. Furshing, he looked like he's thinking about looking to the inside, but he held on to it. He might wait another turn or two to go make his move. And I think he is making his move right now, coming out of turn 4, not quite yet. Can he get side by side? Yes, he does get underneath Buckley. Not sure he's going to be able to make this pass stick right now, though. They might have to race down the backstretch.
Kirk just second on the backstretch. Freeway battle, second place.
Great battling all around. Furshing holds on to that position, or gets in front of Buckley. So he did make that pass happen. And like you said, Matt, up front, these guys are awesome battling tonight. I'm just loving this. And meanwhile, Butler's up here in cruise control. He's just cruising around the track at this point. These guys are battling really hard. That does hurt their lap times a little bit, and it's just allowing Sean to stretch his lead. So William Kirk now up in second place. And he is by far our biggest mover tonight, starting in 11th, working his way all the way up to second already in 21 laps, 22 laps now. LaFleur and Terrio side by side for the third position. Yeah, it looks like the inside line has the slightest bit of advantage, but it really does. I don't think you can hang on to enough momentum on the outside with the setup being tight like this. Oh! Kirk gets into the wall hard coming out of turn 2 and loses a lot of position. Let's have a look at the replay on that. You see Kirk gets into one, and it's the exact same thing that happened to Tim Lewis earlier. Comes out of turn 2 and just smacks that wall, and you see Terrio and LaFleur just shoot right past him. So Kirk's now back in 4th position. That's going to hurt him.
Yep.
All right, we'll take you back live, and you see the 15 of John Furshing is now looking to overtake William Kirk. So Kirk might not back him, might back him up into 5th position. Yeah, he's giving Furshing a good battle, but just can't quite hold him off. So that's 2 drivers now that we've seen exit of turn 2. Really take him out of second place, actually, both of them, William Kirk and Tim Lewis. And all those other drivers on the track did a great job in both of those incidents of getting around these guys, not causing a pileup or anything like that. Just recognizing trouble up ahead and moving out of the way. So now we got another battle for second between Max Terrio and Nate LaFleur.
A couple guys in the backfield pit, Tim Lewis and...
So Tim Lewis now down on pit road, and we are 30 laps in, or almost 30 laps in, 27 in, and he's going to be pushing it, but he might have enough fuel to make it to the end. So Tim Lewis takes 4 tires and heads on out. 15-second pit stop. And that does put him 1 lap down, but he is in the lucky dog position, so if a caution were to come out, currently Tim would be the one to get the lucky dog and get his lap back. And it appears Dustin Phillips has retired from the race after 6 laps. and Max Theriault putting a pretty good amount of space between himself and Nate LaFleur. He's going board with Nate LaFleur, and he sees Max just kind of pulling away a little bit, but Sean Butler is 4 seconds ahead of Max right now, so Sean has a nice, comfortable lead.
Yeah, comparing Tim Lewis's time with Sean Butler's time, the tires do fall off about 2/10.
Yep, looks like Tim Lewis's last lap was 29.7, and Sean Butler's last lap was a 29.8, almost a 29.9. So tires making not a huge difference, but I tell you what, 0.2 seconds a lap. That's that's 1 second every 10 laps, and we're down to what, we got 50 to go. Max Theriault still, he's not gaining or losing ground on Sean. He's still exactly 4 seconds behind him. So he's clearly doing pretty much the same thing as Sean is as far as speed and managing his tires. So William Kirk still trying to claw his way back a little bit from that mishap he had with the wall coming out of turn 2. And William Kirk comes down pit road, so he's going to get a repair, I'm sure, and some fuel. These guys know this could be their only pit stop for the entire race, so we might see some two-lap or two-tire strategies here. So you see Kirk's right sides go up, and just like I said, he took right sides only, so Kirk's going to see if he can make something happen with those two tires. And like I said, these guys know there's a good shot this might be their only pit stop. Once everybody gets so strung out like they are, we don't really have a whole lot of close battles anymore. And they know this could just be run this out at the end, and whoever has a better strategy and is careful with their tires is going to take this one home.
It's been a while since I've seen a low mileage race in iRacing.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised seeing some of these guys pit early. I think that the damage they had may play a role in why they pitted so early. And I think Tim Lewis is going to be the one to watch to see if he's going to have enough fuel, because he pitted right at the beginning of that fuel window. And William Kirk is now the first car a lap down after his pit stop, so that puts him in the lucky dog position if there were to be a caution. And you see Max Theriault going around some laps of traffic there. Jamie Christensen, he is 2 laps down. And you remember Jamie very early on in the race got caught up with the wall and on the front stretch, and I think that just really hurt him.
John Fershing's been up riding.
John Fershing, he does a 14-second pit stop. He gets 4, and he's headed out. Kevin O'Brien's down on pit road, and who else we got coming down pit road right now? Looks like
Nate LaFleur.
Nate LaFleur coming down pit road. Let's see what he does for tires. I'm interested to see how that two-tire stop's going to play out for William Kirk. He's the only one so far who did a two-tire stop. Everyone else did 4. Meanwhile, Max Terrio still almost exactly 4 seconds behind Sean Butler, so he is maintaining that gap pretty well. He's not making any ground on him, but he's not losing any either. So your top 3 right now, Sean Butler in the number 88 Chevy, Max Terrio in the number 42 Chevy, and Joshua Butler in the 99 Chevy. I don't know if the Chevys come with some extra grip or what, but they're doing well tonight. Joshua Buckley now on pit road, and he's taking 4 tires. And with us right at the halfway point, I think we're going to start seeing everybody pit here shortly.
Here comes Leader on pit road.
Leader's on pit road. And Max Terrio leads his first lap of the race with Sean Butler on pit road. So that'll give him a bonus point, much needed bonus point. Max is, I'm really impressed with his performance this season. Max has had 1 win, and he's been on podium almost every race with us, I think. So Max Terrio is now on pit road. And I believe he's one of the last ones to come down. Actually, he is the last one to come down on this green flag round. Remember, a couple of those drivers pitted earlier, and so we'll see if they need to pit again or if they'll have enough to stay out there.
All right, looks like John comes up with speed that Will Kirk with the 2-tire stop. Now 1.6 seconds behind.
Yep, I don't think that 2-tire stop's gonna work out for Will Kirk. And Sean, remember, took 4 fresh tires.
I say he's just going to start losing it.
Yep. Yeah, I think we're going to see William Kirk, that gap get just bigger and bigger. Right now, battle for...
Good try, though.
Yeah?
We get a caution, and that changes everything.
Yep. So right now, our battle for first, puts William Kirk right about 2 seconds behind Sean. We'll keep an eye on that gap, but like I said, with those 2 tires, or like you said, Matt, that's probably not going to work out in William Kirk's favor. But you know, he was pretty far behind. He had to do something, you know.
Yep, got to try it.
Yep, yeah, you got to go for it. I mean, you never know. You know, Sean could have had a bad pit stop. He could have slid in, could have sped. You know, 100 different things could have happened. So just do your stuff as good as you can and hope for the best.
Yeah, I mean with these lap traffic that Sean's coming up on can block him up.
Yep, that's true. And you see right now, Sean going around, getting ready to go around the number 8 of Jamie Christensen. Jamie doing a great job staying up high and just letting Sean go around him. And yeah, you see that gap already up to a little over 2.5 seconds between Sean Butler and William Kirk. So Sean's going to continue to enjoy a nice, comfy gap there. And pretty soon William Kirk's going to have to start dealing with this lap traffic as well. And our closest battle on the track right now is between the 42 of Max Terrio and the 84 of Kevin O'Brien. Let's go on board with Kevin. He sees Max right up there ahead of him. And Kevin's one of those drivers who has been with Red Light since the very beginning, and we're always glad to have him with us.
Coming all the way from the land down under.
That's right, yeah. He joins us from Australia every week, so that's pretty cool. We got 2 guys from Australia and 1 guy from Canada in our league, so we're an international league. And it's not too often I get to see what it feels like to be the leader, so I'm going to go ahead and on board with Sean Butler right now, so get a view from his truck, and this is what it feels like, I guess. And I remember the days racing with Sean Butler. He always seemed to have the edge on me, but I always felt like I could give him a little bit of a fight, and always fun racing this guy. He's a good, clean, solid racer.
Yeah, I say, with the exception of the Rodis. I guess that was in another league I was watching with him. But other than that, this year he's been pretty clean, pretty good, right on top of his game.
Yep. And I know sometimes as a driver it's frustrating to always see the same guy win it or whatever, but you know, if you're the fastest guy on the track, you're not really improving yourself much. And these guys, you know, they have something to work for. You know, with him always being out there up front, gives him a good challenge and something to work for. And little by little, I see them chipping away at him. You know, over the course of our season, these drivers are catching up, and I don't think it's going to be long till Sean doesn't have a nice comfy ride like this anymore. He's going to have to really fight for those positions.
Yeah, that's one thing with the setup is basically if you put in the hours of practice, you're definitely going to be up there.
Yep, absolutely. Because what happens is it just becomes second nature to you. You're not even thinking about where am I supposed to let off the gas, where am I supposed to do my entry. If you put in the time, it just kind of comes natural.
And you don't have to worry about, is my setup good for the long or short, because everybody's the same.
Yep. Yeah, and that's the thing I always have a hard time with when it comes to open setup races. Is it's really hard to gauge. Am I slower because I'm not driving it correctly, or am I slower because the setup's not done right? It's always a tough call to make, and you can't just get a fast guy's setup and be fast, because everyone has different preferences for their setup. Some like it real loose, some like it tight, some like it pretty neutral. So these guys all pretty well spread out right now. All drivers are on the lead lap with the exception of the number 8 of Jamie Christensen. He's 2 laps down, so he is in a lucky dog spot. If there were to be a caution, he'll get one of those laps back. Dustin Phillips has retired from the race, and James Haney looks like he didn't actually even start the race. He didn't turn any laps anyway. And I think I heard him talking before the race about having connection issues, so that might be why he had to retire.
Yeah, he said something about his ping was way high, so sad.
Yeah, it's a shame seeing that. I hate to see technical difficulties keep people out of a race, but just like real racing, sometimes it happens. You get a team out there and then something's not right with the car, and they're not able to race. It's unfortunate when it does happen, though. So let's give you a nice wide-angle view of the track here, and you can see just how spread out these drivers are. Sean Butler coming up on a couple lapped cars here shortly.
Extended that lead up over 6 seconds on one.
You know,
Cap needs to talk to Scotty, get a little extra in the tank.
Yeah. You know, we were saying that Kirk's strategy might not have paid off. You know, it might not get him a win here, but he's still up there in second place, and he's got a 2-second lead on John Pershing, the third place driver. So it may have not bought him a win, but it may still pay off pretty well for him. So the only drivers who have led laps tonight, Sean Butler has led 56, Max Terrio led 2 while Sean was pitting. So Sean does clinch that extra point for most laps led, and for the extra point for leading a lap. Max Terrio gets a point for leading a lap. Sean Butler, he's approaching some lap traffic. He's got, looks like the 84 Kevin O'Brien right in front of him. And I think that'll be the 8 of Max Terrio directly in front of Kevin. Currently, Robert Boucher is the first car a lap down, but I believe that Kevin's about to get lapped here shortly, which will put him in the
I think that's Jamie Christian.
What's that?
Yeah, it's Jamie Christensen, who's actually... He's already 2 laps down. He's about to go through.
Yep. Oh, that was Jamie Christensen. Okay.
Yeah, he made a second pit stop at fresh tires again.
I think Sean just went. Yeah, Sean just went around Kevin.
Yeah. Yeah. He's the one in front of him.
Yep. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Max
That was
Terrio is about 5
Christensen.
seconds.
Yeah, I got you. That was Christensen in front of Kevin. Okay. I had a mix up. It's kind of hard to see the truck on the little screen here. All right, so great job by Jamie Christensen, just popping up and out of the way and letting Sean go around. And we're under 20 to go. 17 laps to go this time by.
So yeah, John Pershing is cutting into that lead, that second place lead. Kirk.
Yeah, he is. Kirk only has a 1.2 second lead on him now. And remember, Kirk only took 2 tires, so Pershing has a little bit of an advantage here with his 4 tires and 17 laps. So at this point, I know I've done this a million times. Pershing's doing the math in his head. He's looking at how much he gains on him each lap and how many laps are left, and he's trying to decide how hard to push it. I know I've been in this place so many times. I usually end up just wrecking because I'm too focused on the math and not on the driving. But he's
clicking off about 2/10 a lap now.
Yeah, he is. He is gaining fast. Oh, he had to come off the gas a little bit there coming out of turn 2 so he didn't get into the wall. Looks like these guys,
maybe.
Yeah, they learned their lesson to watch out for that exit of turn 2.
Maybe he was doing the math, Ted.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly what I do. I get looking at it and I say, okay, well, I'm gaining 0.2 seconds a lap. I'm 2 seconds behind him. That means it's going to take me so long, and I end up getting so focused on that, I screw up my turn and smack the wall, and then it doesn't matter at that point anyway. But Pershing's doing a pretty good job here. He's knocked that gap down to 1 second exactly between himself and William Kirk. Meanwhile, Sean Butler just keeps cruising around. He's got a lot of open space around him now. Oh, and we got a battle for fourth going on. Joshua Buckley and Nate LaFleur. Buckley is all over LaFleur's tail. And it looks like he might, yep, he's going to look to the inside this time going into turn 2, and he's going to try to take that position. And he does take it. They both stay off of the wall, so that's good. So Buckley finds himself back up in the 4th position. Buckley's currently 6th in season points. Good finish here would do him well. Ooh, these guys are close. Is he going to go for it? Nate LaFleur looks to the inside of Joshua Buckley coming down the backstretch. He's going to take that spot back. He wants it. Oh, and Buckley gets into the wall coming out of turn 4. That does not help trying to hold that position. He didn't lose a whole lot of ground, though. He lost the spot, but he didn't slow down that much, so these guys are going to keep battling. And you see him right there, out of turn 2. Wow, I think Pershing, whoa.
A little contact there.
I think what happened there was Buckley, you saw how much he gained really fast on Pershing.
Oh, he tried to cut him off.
Yeah.
He tried to cut him off, but he wasn't there.
Yep, yeah. Good job by Pershing. Second guessing that decision. It looked like he was going to try and cut down and realize that Buckley was already there. That could have been disastrous. Look at these guys are just swapping back and forth. Yeah, I think Buckley might have gone a little bit too fast coming out of turn 2 on that last lap, and it pushed him up, and he almost pushed LaFleur into the wall, but fortunately he backed off. Still got the position, but these guys are battling hard. And let's look up here. We have William Kirk and John Pershing. Pershing's catching up to him. He's going to try and take second. He's got 9 laps to do it. And Max Terrio, he's going around the 99 to Joshua Butler for that 6th position. And
battles all over the track.
Yeah, this late in the race, I mean, we've had green flag for almost the entire race. It's almost over, and we're still having battles, so that's good to see. Sometimes it can get a little boring when everybody's all strung out. And here we go. William Kirk, John Pershing is right there. He's ready to do it within the next couple of laps, and I really don't think William's going to be able to hold him off. He doesn't have much longer to go, but he just doesn't have the tires to do it.
Yeah, last lap he was right on his tail. Looks like he's about to do it again.
I'm wondering if Pershing's going to try and make a pass on the outside, or I think he's just going to do a crossover is what he's doing. He's going really wide into turn 1, and yep, and he's getting that run off of turn 2. You see William Kirk, he's protecting that lower line, and that's not blocking. That's just protecting that line. Our rules against blocking is if you switch your lanes to prevent them from passing you, they have to slow down. That's blocking, and that's not what Kirk just did. He's protecting that line, but I think he's going to make Pershing pass him on the outside. He's going to make Pershing work for it, but watch Pershing here. I bet you he does a crossover coming down the backstretch. Nope, doesn't quite have the speed for it.
A bit too far wide. Lost a bit.
All right, let's go on board with John Pershing now. And they are side by side going down the backstretch. Kirk is making him work for it, but Pershing's going to try and pass him on the outside. He might be able to pull it off.
Lap traffic might have effect that's coming up.
this will, if he does this, this will be the only pass we saw on the outside lane tonight, or the only one I saw, and I think he's going to do it. Oh, they make contact just a little bit coming out of turn 2. Pershing gets the position. Got to give credit to William though, man. He fought hard to hang on to that spot, and he's still in 3rd, and he's got a 1.5 seconds ahead of Joshua Buckley, who's back there in 4th. So Kirk's probably going to be able to finish this on the podium still. And I'm going to go ahead and call that the pass of the night there. John Pershing took him good 2 or 3 laps side by side on the outside, and he still made it around, but that was exciting to watch.
Saw Tim Lewis go into the infield a little bit, but he saved it.
And going around lap traffic, that's the 13 of Robert Boucher there. Once again, doing a great job, respectful driving, letting these leaders get up there and do their thing. Sean Butler comes around, takes the white flag, and he could just about, he's got a 12.5 second lead, so he could just about put it in neutral and still win this race. And you see he's just in front of Tim Lewis. He puts Tim Lewis a lap down right there at the end. But Sean Butler brings it home again. That's his 3rd race in a row that he's won here at Red Light. All 3 at very different tracks: Auto Club, Martinsville, and Texas. And William Kirk almost took that, fought back for that 2nd spot, but just couldn't do it. So as our last drivers come across the start-finish line here, we'll see Sean Butler come by and do his burnout. Nice. I like it when they do that, when they're moving still and then they start burning the tires off. So Sean Butler completely dominates this race, wins the pole, fastest in practice, and leads all but 2 laps. And let's have a look at your results here. Sean Butler takes 1st. John Pershing 2nd. William Kirk 3rd. Great points for both of those guys. Joshua Buckley 4th. Nate LaFleur 5th. Max Terrio 6th. Joshua Butler 7th. He's the last car on the lead lap. Tim Lewis 8th. Kevin O'Brien 9th. Robert Boucher 10th. Jamie Christensen 11th. Dustin Phillips 12th. And James Haney, who did not start the race, finishes off at 13th. So excellent job by Sean. Let's bring him down here and hear about his little vacation he had there, because it was like cruise control the whole time. It seemed like he had a little bit of a fight at the beginning, and then he just pulled away. Sean Butler, this is Jeremy Patterson in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Jeremy, I got you.
So where'd you get the extra horsepower, Sean?
Well, my crew chief moved the firewall back an extra inch and gave me a little bit extra throttle room, so.
I was thinking you had a wooden roll bar or something like that.
No, man, everyone was talking about being super tight off of especially off of 2, and I was trying to explain to them how I was hooking down on the bottom and where my throttle point was and everything, and I think that's where I was beating everybody, was off 2. I think they were just having trouble getting off there. I know several people got into the wall early, and that's why, let me get away from them, and I was just gone.
Yeah, I think that's what
Kirk
happened.
And Lewis.
Yeah, Kirk and Lewis both of them when they were in second place too. First it was Tim Lewis, he was in second, and I tell you, I really thought Tim was going to come up there and challenge you because he was moving, and then William Kirk, same thing, he was moving really fast the whole race, and turn 2 just bit both of them hard, and kind of gave you a lot of freedom to get up there. So Congratulations. This is your third win in a row with us. Fourth pole in a row. I'm sorry, sixth pole. Fifth. Yeah, fifth pole in a row.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, fifth pole in a row and third win in a row. Fourth win this season. So you're really tearing it up. And I'm glad to hear you, coaching the other drivers and telling them how to get up there. That's excellent sportsmanship. And we're glad to hear. Anybody you want to say hi to out there, Sean?
I'll give a shout out to all these drivers out here, Pershing, Kirk, Buckley, all those guys finishing up there, floor in the top 5. Good job. Max must have got a speeding penalty or something. He was right up there, and until that pit stop, I'd be my guess. He got a pit road speeding penalty or something, which too bad for him. And my little brother coming home 7th place, so I thought he was going to be a little bit faster tonight, but I guess he was just running, taking it easy. But he told me his practice times. But overall, it was a good race. I try to do my best, trying to explain how I'm running my laps, just try to help these guys out. And it's not any fun being out there by yourself that far. I mean, you kind of wish we had a caution or something so we could race it up a little bit, but it is what it is. I enjoy pitting under green though.
Yeah, always good to see that, see it go, totally green. So, well, congratulations, and we will see you next week, Sean.
Yes, I will see you next week. I'm not sure where we are, but I'll see you there.
We'll be at Bristol next week.
Ooh, I'm sorry about all the whooping I'm going to put up on people there.
Is that a good track for you, too?
I love Bristol, man. If I can get out front, you better watch out, man.
All right. Well, we look forward to it, and we'll see. Bristol is always crazy, and it's our first time racing there as a league, so it'll be exciting to watch. And thanks again for racing with us, Sean, and we'll see you next week.
Yep. Thanks, Jeremy. Thanks.
All right, John Pershing Jr. is Jeremy Patterson in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, how's it going, Jeremy?
Great. How are you? How was your race?
Man, that was awesome. Battling there with Will at the end. I wasn't even sure I was going to get to race tonight. I was having all sorts of computer issues. I was working on it to prevent some screen freezes that I was having over the weekend, and I didn't want to, be next to somebody and have my computer cut out. So I was working on that before I got in.
Oh, good.
That was definitely definitely like the pass of the race there towards the end. He was really making you work for it, but you did it.
Yeah, he was kind of holding the low line, and I knew he was, we were talking during the race, and he had taken 2 tires. That's how he got so far out ahead, and I knew he was kind of protecting the low line, not blocking, but protecting the low line like he should do. And I'm like, well, if I'm going to make this stick, it's going to have to be on the high side, and I just can't believe it in 1 and 2, because he would get me back down there.
Yeah, that was nice. Working there at the end, we saw you coming up on him, and eventually we were able to just make the 4 tires work over the 2. You have any idea, anything about Sean Butler? How is he so far ahead of you guys? Any idea on that?
I don't know. I think that's just Sean being Sean. He's just awesome everywhere we go, and I've been trying to get a lot more practice in the nights leading up to the race, but like I said, this week I was between the holiday and then dealing with computer issues. I barely made it. So he's awesome. Sean's fast every week. He's the one that obviously we try to base ourselves off of and get up to. And one of these days I'll get to run with him.
Yeah, we were talking about that before. When you're at the top of the heap, there's really nothing to get to push you. And you guys see where he's doing, and with a fixed setup, you're not going to be that far behind him.
Right, yeah, it's just all the little things, the little things that you pick up over time. And, one thing that he said he was doing was he was actually getting back to the gas way later than I was. And I'm like, well, how can that be? And then, he's so much quicker. And I think I don't know if I'm lifting too early or driving in too deep or something. I'm too slow in the center of the corner. That's what it is, and that's why I'm back to the gas early. So to get it to roll the center and learn how to do that without shooting off to the high side and 2, I'll be doing a little better.
Cool. Is there anybody you want to shout out to tonight?
Just you guys, working your butts off up there in the booth, and Sean for coming and putting another spanking on us, and Will for an awesome clean battle and holding it down. We were running side by side. It was just it was a great night.
Cool. Well, thanks, and you next week at Bristol.
Sounds good. See you then.
We'll see you next week, Sean. Or John, I'm sorry.
No problem. Take it easy, Jeremy.
See you. William Kurt, this is Jeremy Patterson in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, you did a great job coming back to us after a little bit of a hiatus and tearing it up, getting in third place. Tell us about your pit strategy. I saw you went with 2 tires. I think you're the only guy who did that.
Yeah, I kind of have like a self-motto that I will never, unless, something weird happens, but I normally will never take 4 on a green flag stop, just because, there's so much to be gained by taking 2. You got time, and then you're just as fast for about 10 laps, and odds are that especially in iRacing, after or during green flag stops, normally there's a caution. So it's normally a pretty good safe bet to take 2, because you'll get a quick caution with pit road cycle and slow cars all over the track, and that wasn't what happened this race. And I really can't even say I'm bummed that it did, because we ended up having a really good truck still. It handled, it was super tight, but it was still fast. And man, that battle with John was just one of the funnest things I've done.
That was one of the funnest things we've watched in a while.
Oh, it was a blast. Like, I knew he was catching me, and I was talking to him on TeamSpeak. I was like, well, John, I'm waiting on you. I've got my blocks ready. Just waiting for you to get on up here. And he got here, and I don't want to think I was blocking. I just would hold the bottom line. Like, whenever I'd come off the back or the front stretch, I would just stick it to the bottom. And he knew that I was doing that, and he was working around the outside, and the truck was just so tight all race. And then sometimes it'd be loose, but 90% of the time it was super tight. And so that bottom lane I didn't think it'd work, because I've done it at Texas before, but it didn't work with me. And so I thought, we'll try it again, and it actually worked really well until it was driver error. It wasn't even the tires giving out. I just was looking at my mirror, drove into one way too hard, had to slam on the brakes, and then tried to get back in it because I thought I slowed down enough, but then I didn't, and if I wouldn't have got out of the gas, I would have hit him, and we both would have wrecked. So that's when he slithered on by me. But I thought it was one heck of a battle, and we're glad to put it on for you guys.
Yeah, watching that battle, and like you said, I definitely wouldn't consider that blocking. I even said it during the broadcast. I said, this is not blocking, fellas. He is doing exactly what we're supposed to do. He's protecting that line. He's not shifting lanes or anything like that. But that whole battle with you guys, that is the crowning example of what we like to see these drivers do in this league at Red Light Racing, because it was completely respectful. No one was pushing too hard. You guys weren't trying any bump and runs or any of those games. You were just battling hard, protecting your lines. It was really, really fun to watch, and we do appreciate it.
That was one of those things where I'm not even mad that he beat me. Like, it was just so much fun, and I enjoyed it so much. I didn't really care who came out on top. As long, in the heat of the moment, I was just like, as long as we don't wreck each other, this is going to be one heck of a thing to go down. And it was. And Sean, of course, no one had anything for Sean all race, so congrats to him. But he was just in his own zip code. But yeah, it was really fun. We started second to last today because I blew it in qualifying, and got up to second after just maybe 15 laps, and I knew my car was really good, and hit the wall because I was talking to Sean, being an idiot, not paying attention. Dropped back. Thought, well, we'll pit early because we got nothing to lose. We're just going to keep dropping. And got 2 tires. Got 8 gallons of fuel. Again, we hit pit road really well. We had a really, really, really fast stop. Exited well. And everything just went our way. And I thought I was going to get maybe 5th or 6th by the time the 4 tires caught up with me, but the fact that I almost held on to second was miraculous. So it was all a good race. The handling was bad, but that was really the only thing I can complain about. Everything else was awesome.
Yeah, that was an excellent showing by you. Definitely the biggest mover of the race and everything. So I'm glad to see you back. Glad to see you here in that the number 9 big ass fan Chevy. That's a cool sponsor, and hope to see more of you here at the league.
Oh, I plan on it. I've been wanting to be here the last few weeks. Just Mondays are normally my slow days, but they just weird things have been popping on my little brother's birthday example a few weeks ago, and with just things that normally aren't normal occurrences have just been popping up. But I should be here every Monday. I try to be. It's not like I just go, I'll just slam bed, play Xbox today. But Yeah, I plan on being here the rest of the season. We'll see what happens, and
Cool.
yeah, I look forward to racing for you guys. Hopefully, putting on some better shows and maybe doing it with Sean this time and beating him. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
Thanks for all you guys do.
Yeah, keep racing like you did tonight, and you'll definitely get a lot of screen time because I think we had the camera on you for a good 15 minutes there just because it was such a good battle.
Oh yeah, I was talking to John while I was underneath him, and I could tell he was white knuckling. All we both were all tense, and I broke radio silence and went, "Hey John, I bet we're on TV right now." And he just laughed really hard, and that was actually one of the times whenever I cleared him because he laughed, and I think he lost some concentration.
I
but
like
yeah,
that.
it was.
That's pretty good, and you definitely were.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Can't wait to go back and listen to the whole broadcast because it was a quick race, and
Yeah, it really
quick
was.
isn't good because it was flag to flag.
Yep, excellent. All right, well, thanks for joining us, and we hope to see you again next week. And congratulations again on your third place finish.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for all you do. Thanks for the broadcast. Thanks for our sponsors. Thanks for the drivers. And go Big Ten. Let's go watch this game.
All right. All right, so that was a pretty good, exciting race, Matt. I enjoyed that quite a bit.
Yeah, I did. It was nice.
So next week ought to be pretty wild. We have what are we doing? 100 laps at Bristol Motor Speedway. That'll be Monday, April 13th. We've never raced there before, and it could be pretty crazy.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be nice.
Yeah, and I just want to say something to all the drivers here. Make sure you guys get a lot of practice on that track, and don't just practice that fast line. Practice running around the whole track on the inside. Practice running around the whole track on the outside. That way you know how your car is going to handle when someone's next to you. I think the iRacing official series is going to be at Bristol this week, so get in there, get in a lot of practice sessions, run a couple races. If we all get a lot of practice, we're going to put on a really, really good show. Tonight's show was just absolutely amazing. I want to thank all the drivers for it. Every single driver out there just did a superb job.
Yeah, green flag run the entire way. That's awesome.
Right, and it wasn't just because people were spread out. I mean, it was green flag run, and there was a lot of good battles. So we do appreciate that. It's always fun to watch. Hopefully, you guys like to see the broadcast of it. But I could sit here even if I wasn't broadcasting, just watch that race. That was a lot of fun. All right, so that's going to about wrap it up. I want to remind everybody you can go to our website, redlightleague.com. You can get links to our YouTube and Facebook pages there. Subscribe to us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, get all the latest updates, and you can see our schedules and standings and more on there. And we will see you next week at Bristol.
All right, everybody, have a good week.